We're doing the creative sculpting for film and TV, and we have Don Lanning, the main man here.
Hey everybody, welcome.
Look at that.
Oh, I'm with that. Well, here's what we want to do. We want to jump right in and share with you what happened in the last week. What you're about to see is about 38 hours of sculpting time. Well, we had such a wonderful response from what we did the week before, and we wanted to share with you the results of this week. Go ahead and look right in the camera, say your name, and go ahead and show us your contact info.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I'm going to have you tell us about what is going on here with this character. Tell us about your inspiration. Where did you start?
Well, I loved I think his name is Rick Cumby. But I loved, he had a zombie that had teeth kind of going diagonally. And I loved that. So I worked from there and I started with the mouth and I moved up. I decided to give him a double eyeball.
Yes, you did. Let's pause here. I see one iris here, and then I see a little baby iris in there. That's awesome. And also, I want you to continue, but I also feel water inside. So it feels like it's part burn. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of. I have a bit of deformity. I have a bit of burns. I have a little bit of kind of flesh melting. I don't know.
Right. Well, also I want to point out these wonderful teeth. She found these early. These just came on in the last day and just wonderfully rendered. I love that right here, this is kind of calm. This is kind of normal, which allows this to be even louder. At least that's how I feel about it. Do you have any ideas for painting this? What kind of colors you might use?
Yeah, I don't want to do like fresh blood, but I want it to be really distressed.
Yes.
Kind of maybe a bit older.
Okay.
But still as impactful, I suppose, on around the teeth and the gums.
Right. Beautiful. More of a naturalistic paint job. I also love the way she twisted the nose. What a character. And I don't know why, but every time I come by this, I see like a albino, that pink kind of eye.
Yes, that's what I was thinking maybe for
Something like
this
that.
half of the face.
If you're this distorted, you're going to have some kind of, well, you've got two irises. Something's going to happen there. Well, we look forward to seeing what you sculpt next. This was a wonderful experience, and we appreciate you. You did such good work. Let's move on. Good job. Yeah, let's go here. Here, I'm going to have you hold this. Oh, careful. Here we go. I'm going to have you introduce yourself and hold that up.
That's my name. Yep.
What's your name?
Saib Nikir. Yeah.
Now, I want you to see, everybody, I want you to see it in the light that it was sculpted in. We haven't moved it yet. And look at this piece. Just take a minute. I have nothing to say, but I want you to talk to us about your inspiration. Yeah, hold on to it.
Balls.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
a chicken or a rooster.
I thought that was a waddle. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what we thought.
It's a rooster.
Rooster's waddle.
He's been on a journey.
May
He
I
became
have,
a rooster yesterday.
May I have it like
Yeah.
this? Now, sometimes we get up in the class, and what we'll do is we'll have somebody come out. I'm not going to do a big pantomime for you, but it's wonderful to get away from your sculpture sometimes. I'll actually perform a little bit, but it's wonderful when our friends can hold up our sculptures and turn it, and we can see it in a different light and not be so close up on it.
Great for me.
She's got some wonderful compression of the teeth biting into the tongue. I don't know if you can see that, but that's wonderful. She's also going to have some great detail coming on to this like chicken red carapace. I imagine it's going to be red in the end. You can see she's got beautiful forms and expression. One of the things, talk to us about this.
I don't know if you know Bobby Fingers. He did a drunk Mel Gibson. We used Mel Gibson's drunk expression.
Very good.
Kind
Yeah,
of
we do know Bobby
snarly.
Fingers.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
And then Don suggested having a look at Ruth Baker's.
That's right, the bird makeups from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Which she's going to work on this now as she continues on, maybe isolating a beak so she can do a beak texture and leaving the skin being skin, but having that, well, you're still in the flow of it.
Yeah.
But I also love its emotion. We have some anger Anger is how I perceive that squinting eye. Going back to American Werewolf in London and the bald demon, you have one eye squinted down. And
I like the underside. It's not finished, but that makes me laugh.
yeah, there's the wattle. Good. Well,
Here's the waddle.
it's a wonderful piece. We're going to put it back here so that it's very safe. Good work. Good work. And of course, the painting opportunities.
Massive, yeah.
I hope you do something that's very conservative in the paint, but then you have red. That deep, rich red. And well, we'll see what you do.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Hey, let's go on over. Okay.
Right,
I'm going to move some chairs here. There we go. I'm going to have you move your chair back, actually, and jump on out. Wonderful. Now, go ahead and show us your name and your contact information. Hold that right up.
My name is Anna. Here is my contact information.
Perfect. I got to start with this because when Anna showed me this took my breath away, seeing this. Plumbing realism, going in and taking the time to get your references together so that when she's working on her sculpture, her eyes are able to dance over these. I'm going to let you do it. Her eyes are able to dance over these references, and she's able to pick and choose elements that she needs in the moment, on the fly. Tell us a little bit more about the tools and everything that you're doing.
So it always really tricky to me to make like more organic and natural stuff. So it was kind of challenge, but I'm enjoying. I love what I'm doing here. So it's just age makeup, but at the same time, it's very difficult to do like all this organic and natural stuff.
And make it realistic, right?
Yeah.
That's the challenge of age.
Yeah.
So many age makeups are over sculpted.
Yeah.
And well, we're very excited about this. A lot of her stuff is coming on just now. She's been doing a lot of foundation work, working on the skull and doing the basic foundation stuff. So she's going to be experimenting with different tools and wrinkles. We can't wait to see when you post, and we can't wait to see a paint job. Age makeups, for those of you that remember Dick Smith and Little Big Man, when you do an age makeup paint job, you get all kinds of liver spots and blue veins and all of these things that express history, time. And so there's a wonderful opportunity in that. And we'll be looking forward to your posts when you're finished, when you're completed. Okay? Fantastic. Off and running. Off and running. Well,
It's hiding.
now I want you to
Three of these guys.
I
are
want you to
hiding over
frame your shot. And I'm going to position you because I want you to come back here. I want you to look right in the camera, and I want you to get a two-shot of this gentleman with his work because, well, he and I are fans of the thing. A lot of people are fans of Rob Bottin's The Thing. I'm going to be quiet and let you speak, but when he mentioned to me that he wanted to do a head that was pulling in together, of course our inspiration is John Carpenter. Love John Carpenter movies. Everything from Escape from New York to Assault on Precinct 13. All this stuff, but
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. Anyways, I was excited for him when he chose this. I want you to share your name, references, and tell us the story of this.
My name's Dara Fahy. Those are all my contacts there. Hold them nice and still. Perfect. So yeah, as Don said, pretty much what got me originally wanting to get into this business was old late 70s, early 80s sci-fi horror movies, such as The Thing, Alien, that kind of genre. American Werewolf in London, of course. A lot of body horror, a lot of stretching, a lot of things that would ideally be constructed out of practical effects, even though a lot of them are CG nowadays. But hopefully, if I can get into the business, get a few jobs, I'm looking to do things like this. So I thought, while I have Don here to show me, why not do something that I hope to one day be in my wheelhouse and pick up as many techniques from him as I can.
Well, and also we talked a lot about Nicholson, didn't we?
Yeah,
Do
for the
you have your-
expression.
you have
I
your
do have
picture?
Jack
Go
down
get it
here
and show
somewhere.
it to everybody.
Here he is.
Jack, well, great features. My God, the man's a sculpture unto himself, isn't he? And once again, he took some elements that he enjoyed, and you can see, you're not chasing Nicholson specifically,
No, but-
but well, the mouth. Go ahead.
When you're looking for a devious smile, you can't go too wrong with Jack Nicholson. So
You sure
he ended up being my reference for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd like to get a bit more done on it. Hopefully, I'll have a little more time.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we won't look at the back.
No.
And I'd like to get a bit more texture and finish up this hand being pulled out of the chest here.
Right. Well, you can see the energy of it, and the thing I want to point out, which I love so much, every time I come by it, I do feel like this is the force that's taking over this person, and he's genuinely expressed fear here. You know, not everybody can express emotion in clay, in sculpture. Open a bag of clay and be able to give you an emotional feeling. I feel like this person is genuinely like being accosted and being taken over. And so, once again, it's a wonderful thing to be able to hit emotion. And you certainly hit that tone straight on. And yes, there's a bunch of stuff to go. I know you're going to work on the back. I know you're working on the arm. And I know, because we just talked about it, he's going to have, there's a scene in the thing where one of the characters weaves his fingers into the face of another character during a transformation sequence. He's going to go ahead and work out that hand and have that come in with the same flow and the same kind of distortion going on that's happening between the mouth. I want to attract your attention to the teeth. Wonderful. The teeth come in here and they move to the other character, and he's still working there, but I just love how that's pulling together. Really wonderful, brother. Well, needless to say. And paint jobs galore, right? Do a normal paint job with normal flesh tones, a little bit of veining, and then of course from there you could do anything. A very pale paint job with lots of subliminal vein work done in airbrush. And well, needless to say, he also put on a little bit of gloss here. I don't know if you can see that out there, but there's just a little bit of gloss. And that just sets off the sculpture as well. Sometimes we do that when we know the producer or the director are coming, and we want them to see the sculpture in a kind of a dynamic way. That's a little footnote for you out there, for those of you that like to sculpt. Oh, what a pleasure. We had fun, didn't we?
We did.
I tell you. Well, it's you know what? We're all film geeks, near and far, and well, needless to say, you did some wonderful work.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right. We're going to look for your post with it. All right, come on. Polly. Can I move your chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to step out. Go ahead and get your contact information.
There we go.
Here you go. Paul's an experienced sculptor with a lot of work under his belt. And, well, Paul, I'm going to let you show your references first, and then take us through what's going on here.
Okay, the references are kind of a baboon, kind of ape-hybrid creature.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, and it's to try and get the emotion in the piece.
Yes.
We started off doing the profile on this and working it basically from the original.
Oh, let's see. Take it out. Yep. Perfect.
That was the original concept.
There you go.
So we're sort of trying to bring it more to life and give it a bit of aggression and expression as well. And even having this extra curly tongue, it feels, makes it feel like it's going to grab you and pull you in.
Yeah.
And even trying to get the veins on the side of the head, the musculature, and the tension on the tendons as well.
Beautiful.
I'm really enjoying this. Is fantastic.
Wasn't it fun? We had a great time.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you guys, just in the last couple of hours, he came on with these ears, and by canting them down, of course it's not a dog character, but by having the dominant part of the leading edge of the ear cant down, he increased the anger in the piece. Also, Paul had done a few different variations on teeth and gum. I know you're still going, but I really enjoy the gums reaching out more like a baboon. And then by taking the teeth and shortening them up, he implies that these teeth have had a lifetime of use. You put that kind of sharp pieces right next to something that has a soft flow, you're really working a juxtaposition there that's fantastic. And you're still going. We also worked, interestingly enough, Talk about the eye line, perhaps, if you'd like to.
Yeah. Well, the eye line is it's supposed to look at you.
Yeah.
As if he's about to strike and kill.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So it's really.
I'm going to roll it around. Look at that beautiful
locked
back,
on,
and
he's poised.
bam.
He's ready to jump.
yeah, that's right. And also, Paul and I had a wonderful discussion. He and I were talking about how when the clients come in the room, the first time they see one of these maquettes, we're offering the maquette as something that we want to build for you, either as a tone piece or as the Bible. But to have the eyes, Paul actually figured out where the eye line is so that it would be looking at the client when they walked in the room. Bang.
Yep.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Straight in the eye.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've seen a lot of maquettes that are beautiful, but they're looking at the tabletop or they're looking off into the sky. This one has definitely a directed gaze at whoever walks through that door. Wonderfully thought out. Now, you still have a ways to go on that, and I know you started some hair because this is my thing. I wanted just to see him start tufting out the edge in a museum style and start to bring some energy with hair. But he's still working on compression. And I feel safe to say, if you agree, that a lot of what Paul's been doing has been working on expression, making it get more and more and more and more and more and more angry, and working on the forms in that way. It's wonderful to think about your sculpture. Certainly you have things that you want to build, you have things you want to cover, but to sit there and sculpt to emotion after chasing an emotion is a wonderful, well, let me tell you. Anyways.
It was fun. It really is a fun sculpt.
Well, you must post this once you go ahead and mold this. When I see something like this, you may wonder why I encourage him to throw hair in. It's not just for this video that we're doing now. Because of the way he did the base, I could see this as a faux bronze finish if it were to be done in resin. I could see a wonderful dry brushing with perhaps a dark bronze and then coming in with some kind of, I should say, a golden rub, if you will, that would kick it. And I could see the presentation being much more like even in a museum, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyways, wonderful job and great to work with you.
Thank you very much.
This is our second
It's been a
week.
pleasure.
And the first week was here, wonderful. And the second week was here. So he was really able to essay this. And, well, Paul, we look forward to see what you do in the future.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to have you cover back the head back up as we go. And here we go to Tom. Hey, Tom. I'm going to have you hold up your contact.
Hello, my name's Tom, and this is my sculpture.
It sure is. Tom, I'm going to ask you to take the plastic off of the big head. Take your time, don't rush. So Tom began with the full head. He established this awesome helmet and then proceeded on to design the body. And well, I just want to show you some of my favorite things. I buy a lot of sideshow toys, and I bought a lot of hot toys in my life. I first want to attract everybody's attention to the pose. Look at this dynamic pose. And for those of you that know what this shape is, that's those vaulting kinds of metal so that he possibly could jump over a 10-foot fence. But here it is. This is what you and I really didn't have any meetings on this at all. He came on with this wonderful accoutrement, and he's absolutely got belt buckles. He's got details on the pockets. I'm going to take a chance and pull that.
Yeah, it should pop right off.
Bang. And so he's like a cool action figure. Here he's got, is this an ammo pockets?
A plate carrier with some
Wonderful.
ammo pockets in it.
So he's actually designed the whole costume. He's stretched into specialty costumes here, which is a big part of our industry. Here you can imagine where the button closure is, and he's just working on seams there. There's so many wonderful details here. And once again, Tom, I'm going to have you put that back because I don't want to damage it. There you go. There you go. And once again, I'm going to attract you all to the pose. This makes me laugh. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. This is the bone cut off. They cut off this guy's legs and grafted on vaulting legs, which is wonderful. We're gonna go as a nice 360 piece. Look at the work he did on the pant legs. Fantastic. Look at the detail he's got here, describing that being bolted to the cut off legs. Now what's coming here? What's
It's gonna have a fully mechanical arm here.
A fully
It's got like a half mechanical, half left there, and here he's gonna have a fully mechanical arm that'll be attached.
Beautiful. Well, I love that. He did half mock-up. He created it out of pieces of plastic and used the clay where he needed it. But I really love this character. It's just, it's his pose. I don't mind telling you, I want you to linger for a minute. I'm gonna face these two to each other. And once again, when I see the dynamic pose here, A+, bang, wonderful. Good job, Tom. Well, we'll be following you through your social media, and well, designing, right? To design a whole character, it's well, it's just a thrill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. All right, go ahead and rebag that as we move away from you. Here we go. Hey, Rania.
Hi,
Please show us your contact information.
my name is Ronja Phoenix, and this is my creature. I'm just currently working on her hands, one by one.
Sure.
This hand is going to go here on her hip. This is kind of this accusing finger that's going to come out.
The accusing finger? Is that what
Yes,
you said? Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And
I'm going to turn this if it's okay with you.
yeah,
Rania just came on with some amazing texture. I want you to talk a little bit about the trunk. And Rania, I'm going to have you turn it as well, okay?
yeah.
And take us through.
So she's this kind of a cartoonish fantasy hybrid of she's got a tail of an elephant trunk that she can grab things with and
Let's turn that. Let's turn it.
hold things with. There's like this finger that she can grab things with,
Right?
and she's got these fleshy bits here
Beautiful texture, beautiful. Right?
that she can glide a little bit. She doesn't fly, but there is a little bit of that sort of like a flying element to her. And the head is this Triceratops, which was my sculpture from last week.
Right, right.
So I continued with the same character. And she's got 4 arms.
Can I attract everybody's attention to these shoes? These
They're-
are the most complex little. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo the feet and the shoes, but this was just kind of like communicate my idea. Like that's a basic idea that she has this kind of bird feet and she has shoes to protect her
Right.
talons.
Right.
So as she's walking around, talons don't get cracked. She doesn't
Okay.
crack a nail.
Okay.
But she's very much still work in progress.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah, yeah. And
Wor-
she's got a
working
crystal
with-
ball there too.
Yes.
Can I hold up this here?
Yeah.
Look, this is you experimenting with hands. Oh, that's the master hand. I see.
Yeah, this is this hand and this is this hand.
I want you to hold that up. I'm going to hand that to you. Let me turn it towards everybody. Okay, there we go.
So this
Sure.
hand is going to be mounted in here, and I'm going to redo these hands as well as I go along. But
Wonderful.
this is
wonderful.
the accusing finger.
I love that you call it the accusing finger.
Yeah.
You!
Yes.
You did this!
Yes. She's a very fierce ruler. She's
Well,
yeah.
amazing work with getting the forms and the shapes up. Also, your imagination is fantastic. Those of you that saw our last film from last week saw her amazing wood clay sculpture. It's such a large sculpture, we're not going to have you unbag it right now, but you can look back to the previous film. And she's rechanneled the head into a smaller scale and then fleshed out the whole body.
So now the head is just a bubble head
That's
here,
right.
so she can still turn her head. The head is not mounted
Yes.
fully yet, and yeah, she's still. There's still some work to do.
That's right. But we look forward to seeing the final. And do you have a color scheme? Do you have a paint job or anything you're thinking of?
I have like the eyes. The eyes are gonna be green and blue cat eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen that picture that
Yeah,
you have.
and I'm thinking like as a contrast to eyes, maybe some warmer tones, like
Yeah.
not necessarily this color exactly,
Right.
but also like I have like gray tones in mind.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
But I think I'm gonna just once I have her on finished, I'm gonna put her on Photoshop and just play with the
Yes.
hue and saturation.
I love it. I love it.
So then I can see what fits her.
And often, sometimes what we'll do is we'll photograph our sculpture while we're working. We'll go home, we'll throw the picture in Photoshop, and we'll mess with the contrast a little bit. Of course, after a long day of sculpting, you kind of want to let it go. And I know this isn't exactly what you were talking about, but sometimes it's great to just mess with the contrast and kind of, oversaturate your own sculpture. Take a few notes, write down a few things, then go in fresh the next morning, and you were able to see it kind of literally in a different light.
Yes.
Well, great imagination and fearless execution. This is a complex armature. I watched you do it. And she and I talked about the Predator leg extensions from many years ago, how the ankle came on in the 80s and people did leg extensions like that. It was fun to see you revisit that kind of thing. Yeah, she's got that.
So this was my reference picture for the double ankle.
Yeah, double ankle, which is also was used in Underworld on the werewolves that look like cats, and Pumpkinhead, and now this character. So great imagination, and we look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all of your hard work. Right at it the whole time. Boom, 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 boom. Fantastic. Come on over. I'm going to have you go ahead and show us your contact information.
Sure.
Come on around. There we go.
My name is Trace McMenemy.
Yeah,
My contact.
beautiful. I actually want you to, if you don't mind, if you could sit down.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring your chair forward.
Okay.
Wonderful. And this is just magic. I'm going to be quiet, but I'm going to let you talk about this. I love this so much I can't even express it. Tell us about this character and tell us about how you found it.
My inspiration, I suppose, for this character was a combination of salamanders here and some frog and toad references.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the idea that he may be some sort of Star Wars figurine.
Right.
He reminds me of the good vibes that Jar Jar Binks. Maybe he's another person from Aquatic land somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's a happy-go-lucky person, but he also collects tax for possibly one of the baddies. in
Okay.
Star Wars.
So he's a tax collector.
Yeah. So
Okay,
he's
okay.
deceiving. He's happy.
I see. A little shifty.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I love that you figured out the body weight. I can feel the gravity traveling through the center of this body and moving on the legs. I know you're still working
yeah.
on the feet,
Feet
and
and
that's
hands.
fine.
Yeah.
But this character just makes me smile every time I come near it. And it goes to show you too. This is probably about 6-7 inches tall. Size doesn't matter. This is the most beautiful little character, and it just makes me laugh every time I walk by it. Also, I want to point out she used a frog neck. There's a frog puff in the lower portion of the neck, and I think that that's brilliant. But it's the nostrils and the eyes, and then the playful. Where did you get the head dressing again?
This I just made from clay. It was one of salamander.
It's a salamander.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got inspired.
It
by
just
that.
seems right, and the body also makes me laugh because.
He would
the
have a
belly. Yeah, there
His
you
shtick
go.
with him.
stick.
There you go. Well, it's a charming character.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my great pleasure.
Thrilled to have been here with you, Dawn, and
Absolutely.
learned so much from you, and it's been a pleasure.
Well, and you're also a wonderful artist. You came here with a lot. I really didn't show you very much, but this, once again, your hard work is what does it. You can't fake sculpture, everybody. And there he is, right there, ready to collect your taxes, right?
Yeah.
The little tax collector. All right.
Thank you.
Come on around, and here we go. Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna have you turn it out and then introduce us with your name and your contact.
Okay, so I'm Valerie Ward, and there's my details.
There you are, Valerie. And I'm gonna have you, the lighting there she has is so good. I know it's hard to get around there. There you go. So this is the lighting she sculpted this in. Valerie, tell us about your character. Show us your inspiration photos, please.
Well, I guess as it is Halloween this weekend,
Yes.
that kind of gave me some inspiration. So some scarecrows.
Wonderful.
Also, I love long coats, so this kind of gave me the inspiration for the jacket.
Right. Sorry. There we go. Excuse me. Perfect. And here we have Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
This was from Van Helsing. And I do believe you keyed more off this element, right, of costume?
This one here, yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the first drawing she showed me. And I was like, oh, Valerie's just going to run and have a good time. Drink in that sculpture, Valerie. I'm going to have you sit down those pieces of paper and give it a slow turn for us so we can just kind of hang out with them. I love the rope around the neck. The expression is also wonderful. You get kind of a howling at midnight kind of a thing. And she's also got a tongue down in there. You can see the tongue and a little shine. And the eyes are manacled and looking off to the side. The hat just came on in the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
I think you're still tearing up the hat, if I'm correct. You're going to give it some
more
damage.
texture,
There you
yeah.
go, texture.
Yeah, a bit of texture to be done to the whole thing, really.
Yeah. Was there an especially difficult or easy part of this? What was some of your adventure in sculpting this?
I guess the hat was a bit difficult.
Hats,
The
okay.
collar on the coat I found a bit
Right.
difficult as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's just a few days is absolutely crazy. Just to have so much done in a few days.
it's amazing, isn't it? I think you did just come on with
The boots.
the boots and the
The
flap
boots just
over
came
there.
on and the hat
Yeah.
just came on. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit more work to be done to them.
Well,
It's awesome.
it is awesome.
We're
Great
having
work.
a battle off.
Great work. Once again, the power of these maquettes is the ability to do a full design and actually have a little staging. It goes without saying, having the full shoes and everything. As Valerie continues on, she might even put clay on this wood base, run out and get some rocks and some clay paint, dress the set, and continue on with the sculpture. But really, it's the win of the attitude. It's every time you walk by this, you hear a scream, right? A wonderful Halloween type character. Anyways, great job and fun to
you.
work with you. I appreciate you.
And thank you for all of your help and support and
It's my great pleasure.
tips.
Yeah, tips, a lot of
The
tips. Tips and tools. All right.
Tips and tools.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see what you do next. Hi. Go ahead and hold up your contact info.
Hiya, my name's Gina Gillespie.
I get that.
Hey, Gina.
Yeah, sure.
Gina, I'm going to hold up your stuff, and I want you to talk a little bit about your favorite references and what you gravitated to first for this character.
So the first face I was really drawn to was this lady up here on the right. So just the emotion that you can see through her. But I also wanted to create a cyborg character. So
Yes.
that's where this guy came into. And I wanted to kind of marry the two, the emotion and then the mechanical kind of element of it.
So what did you land first? You landed the mechanical or the person, the character?
The person was the first thing, and then worked off from that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, the wrinkles and the stuff in the face, you'll remember from last week. This is her sculpture from last week. What taste you have and able to build emotion into your sculptures. I see it here, and also with this character here, I find this kind of a, well, for me, kind of a beautiful grandma that has been retrofitted, right, into some outrageous future. And I am going to have you spin it. But let's get some quarter views. Hold there and let everybody hang out with that. And let's go back the other way and let's get another quarter view. This is a fun sculpture to sit down with and just hang out. And what an interesting thing is if the face is the diamond and the mechanisms and such are the setting. I need to be quiet. This piece speaks for itself. Can you tell us about the objects and the mechanical aspects? And Mark, also, if you have anything to offer.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I went and just had a hunt through some drawers and I found lots of different little bits.
Right.
So for example, the motherboard on the back is an old Nintendo game model.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I literally just stuck it
I
on
see
here.
that. Hey, that's my Nintendo. Right. Can you turn? Let's go a full turn and see what you're talking about. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. And she's balanced it so beautifully. You'll notice, everybody, there's a mixture of sculpted lines mixed in with hard parts that she's fed in, and she's done it with such good taste. In the center of the back there, it's incredible. And we love our clay paint because when we're doing a concept design for the client, they're able to come into the room and perceive everything as being clay or everything as being wood. Isn't that wonderful? And well, please continue. Tell us a little bit more.
Sure. So the idea behind this character was somebody who thought maybe it would be great to live forever, so they went through this change, but then the reality of that means that this person has lost so many people and watched people past, and she's just sad now. She's just left there.
Robotic Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, we're going to look at
Yes.
maybe, we're molding this out. We're going to maybe have this section, like the face, will be molded in silicone, cast out in silicone, sorry.
Great.
And then these will be hard resin bits that we'll be able to age down a lot more, like your references. Possibly put some decals on, maybe get one or two names on them. You can see the decals are kind of aged down metals and bright, some reds and bits and pieces there, so we'll probably fall into that as well.
Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Here's another one.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be able to kind of get that translucency in the skin and then get it go towards the hard mechanical stuff in resin. That's the plan.
Wonderful. Mixed media. You can't beat
media.
it.
Now I'll take that for you, buddy. So you're going to be talking now.
Thank you so much. Amazing work. Amazing 2 weeks of work. For all of you, for everybody we've seen. We're in our second week here and everybody's really just been jamming. It's amazing. Come on in. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dylan Murphy. That's my contact information there. So what we sculpted this week, I'm sure everyone already knows. It's the chest burster from Alien.
Yeah, it sure is.
I was thinking of going for the OG one, but I like the details and the one from Alien, and it gave me an opportunity to sculpt that as well.
So once again, clarify. The one from Aliens had this arm, is that
This
correct?
arm, and the other one was kind of like just barely formed yet and stuff like this.
Okay.
And he also had more of a round head, where this one is more
I see that.
kind of carved off.
So this is the original?
That's the original one
There
from
you
the
go.
movie.
There you
So
Beautiful.
I did this because
Turn it for us.
Sorry.
Turn it.
so this is as far as we've got. I've yet to put a tail on it and stuff like that. I'm still working on the other arm. But I did this because I have the mechanical insert for it, and I've always been wanting to do the chest burster. So this will be good. We'll probably mechanize this whole thing, get its jaw to snap, and the arms to move as well with two other different mechanisms. So hopefully we'll make a mold and do a silicone outside layer with maybe some fiberglass shell if we have to adjust this in any way to make it move more fluid.
Beautiful.
More to what it would be.
Are you guys are you working to mechanize the mouth as well?
Yeah, we'll probably there's two ways to do it. You can either hold it together with elastic band so it stays shut and just have a little pull cord, or you can have it with a spring to hold it closed, and when you pull it, it should snap back into the original position. Same with the arms. If you want to move the arms, it'll just be like a finger mechanism popped in there, and just either springs, you need to pull it back to its original shape. So we'll probably, if we are going to mold this, we'll probably have to open it up and straighten it out a bit so you can pull it close. But
And we can 3D scan this element as well, and then we can make our shell, our inner shell for it if we don't want to go down the fiberglass route, as we were saying earlier on. We can 3D print it off. A shell for inside as well.
yeah, and then just bring it down a percentage or something like that.
Yeah,
just a
exactly,
small
yeah.
bit so it can fit inside.
10%.
10%.
Is exactly
Cool. But yeah, I want to thank Don as well for everything he's done for us and the whole class this week. It's been an amazing journey. And
It's been my pleasure. It's
I'll
been my
probably, take this with me to the grave. So it's been a great experience. And
Thank you, brother. It's been a wonderful
Really
working with
appreciate
you. And once again, well, it's been an absolute pleasure. And it was fun to watch him match from side to side. When you began this, he got his symmetry down, and he built these wonderful stencils that were on clear acetate so he could flip them. We all have to, deal with matching from side to side, and you did a great job with that. I know this may be a little bit much, but I love this character so much. I want you to move the arms to the side, and very carefully, I want you to hold the base of this, but I would love you to turn it up so that we can see. Obviously, he's up like this, and that's the way we met him in the movie. But I want you to see this work and let them come on in.
The
Go ahead,
animatronic
don't let the
hands
arm
working.
fall. Don't let the arm
That's
fall.
all right.
Oh, is it hooked? Good.
Yeah, it's just a
But
little.
I love that you guys can get a little bit of a better shot of the head and see the overall. He just did a great job in matching. Well, I watched you do it. He mapped it out so he got the tubes in the right place. The what I call sub eyes are in the perfect spot. And then to me, this has always been a giant eye, the top of the head. And so he's taken extra effort to smooth it down and really follow the original reference. Well, not to belabor the point, but when you're matching stuff, that's a challenge because it becomes more about measurement. It becomes more about calipering, right, and all that kind of stuff. Here, I got it. There it is. Come on. Yeah, there you go. We'll get you a new bag. That one's got a lot of residue on it. I'm going to turn this. Carnage, big part of our business. Being able to do this kind of stuff. And once again, amazing 2 weeks, right?
Great 2 weeks, yeah. From someone who couldn't sculpt 2 weeks ago to this, it's an amazing achievement. So I thank you for that, Don.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see
And
what you
as
do.
well, and everyone who gave us a hand along the way, Mark.
Yeah.
Everyone, I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're going to move on. And, well, we can't wait to see you post.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
Oh yeah, we'll have it now.
3 gallons of blood.
Yeah.
100%.
I have it there. The blood is ready.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, Anna.
Go ahead and I'm going to have you hold up your contact information. And there we go. Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Roisin.
Yeah, good to see you. Well, as always, we're going to start with our inspiration. Can I show your drawing?
Yes, well, there.
This changed a little bit, but I think it changed so excitedly. Well, I'm going to have you tell all about it. I just want you to tell what happened this week.
Oh,
where you
okay.
started with the concept and then where you ended up is a little different than where you started.
Yeah, so I watched In the Company of Wolves the other night. So I thought I'd try doing a werewolf transformation. So I was going to go for the kind of In the Company of Wolves werewolf transformation where the animal was coming out of the face, but then it changed along the way. I guess it's more of a goblin now, but a big thing for me was capturing emotion in the sculpt.
You sure did.
And Dawn introduced me to FX
Messerschmitt, you got it.
Which changed everything. So I spent a couple of days really studying his sculpture. Because he sculpted 64 heads in the 18th century, and he thought there was 64 emotions, and he wanted to capture each one, so he sculpted 64 heads. So, yes, well, originally because it was going to have the werewolf coming out, we went with
there
the
was
kind of
gonna be a wolf
closed eyes.
muzzle coming out.
So I was really working on the muscles and trying to understand what happens when you know,
Compression.
Compression
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
nose scrunches, how does it affect the eyes and the
Right.
eyebrow? And yeah, we went with closed eyes.
Yeah, you sure
because,
did.
yeah,
You sure
there's-
did, which was so effective. She got wonderful little lines. Here you can see the Nike symbol. This is just an idea that I got from a buddy that taught me some sculpting things. It looks like a little bit of a Nike symbol, but for us, it's a conversation about compression. And once she got this compression, of course, initially she had a reference of Company of Wolves, and there was perhaps a wolf mouth that was going to be coming out here. I have to tell you, I became so in love with this as an art piece. I could imagine easily going into a museum and seeing this on a beautiful pedestal. And so I think you agreed that it would be better to have her continue on working on these beautiful shapes and forms. These ears just came on today, and you're still working with that, but they're a compliment to the face. And once again, the emotion is so true. I really felt that it was good for her to not have a werewolf extension here, but simply to do, and once again, you're still working, but perhaps something very quiet, like a little row of teeth, top or bottom. We don't know what you're going to do yet, but she was so successful in the compression and in getting that emotion. I think that was just a great way for you to go.
Yeah.
And well, the proof is in the pudding.
I can't
there
wait
on
to
the
do
table.
more
Yeah.
because I've all these creatures that live in my head, but to really bring them to life, emotion was important.
Yes.
And I've been drawn for most of my life, but
Yeah.
you can capture emotion, of course, in 2D art,
Sure.
but not quite like you can in sculpture. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
yeah.
feels like
Yeah.
it just comes out more in sculpture. So
It grabs a hold of you.
It's really exciting.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Well, you
And
did so
thank you
wonderful.
so much, Don.
Thank you.
because-
I had a pleasure. I have to tell you, we only had a few sessions. She's an experienced artist and has been working for years. I saw a drawing you had done of your child.
Oh yes. Oh
do
yeah.
you have
Oh,
that
it's
around?
on the internet.
Is it on the internet? That's fine. Once again,
It is on my Instagram somewhere.
wonderful. Well, I always want you to follow our artists, everybody. This is a wonderful artist and somebody to watch. And I thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful
It's
couple of weeks,
changed
right?
it.
It was
Changed
wonderful.
everything. Thank you so much.
Well, right on, right on. Hey, give us your contact information, Elise.
Hello, my name is Elise, and here's my contact details.
And I want you to start with the drawing. Start here and talk to us about your drawing and your inspiration.
So I do great inspiration by the Celtic.
Speak up a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I grew great inspiration from the Celtic winter goddess called the Cailleach, and she's basically like a protector of the winter months, and she she cares for those who really kind of welcome her and her season, but she can also be kind of a trickster for those who kind of complain about the winter season and the
Right,
frost. So,
right.
So I really wanted the challenge of realism and how to capture that.
Beautiful. Once again, reaching into any kind of old age or any kind of wrinkled stuff is an opportunity for us to share techniques. I loved her drawing, and also the artistic nature and the wispiness, not wispiness, the design nature of the hair, I should say. Does this amulet have a meaning?
That's called the Triskel, and the Triskel
Go ahead
is
and back on out and let's take a look.
the Triskel is really just another Celtic motif that kind of represents good fortune and care, and it's kind of the mother symbol as well. There's a whole range of meanings behind it.
I love it. And you've got some hair that you're staging. I love that you used a cloth here. This may be sculpture, or this may be another material. I don't think you're sure yet, but I love that you've staged it for us here. And once again, you're working on wrinkles, and she's finding beautiful shapes. I love the apple cheeks. That's what grabs me, because, it's like my grandmother, reminds me of my grandmother. And so with the apple cheeks, she's starting in. And the mouth is actually talking. She's working to express that words are being said. Am I right?
Yeah.
Or tell us what words she might be saying.
Well, I was hoping she would be kind of casting her winter spell of her season. Of
Casting
winter,
her spell, yeah.
So trying to put emotion as well as like movement into it was the challenge.
Beautiful. Well, you're still going, and she's going to work on her wrinkles and once again do some staging here. We can't wait to see the final
Thank
version.
you so much for all your help.
Oh, my great pleasure. We had a great time. And I love that you have, look at this. She has a history going on here as well. Look at that. Celtic spells, wonderful. So this is a very emotional and beautiful piece.
Thank you very much.
We can't wait to see how you paint it and how you do the finished work. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Well, here we go. You guys have been waiting for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Marie Malone. Follow me here. I decided to go with a maquette of my main sculpt.
Yeah.
And this pose is based off one of the sculptures in Victor's Way in Wicklow. I just love it. And the skin texture in the hands and the muscle texture. I really wanted to give the muscle texture. Here's my initial drawing. I don't know if you want to.
There it is. Yeah, he's coming out of the goo.
Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
it. That's it. Yeah, I will have to add all the goo and the stretchiness and
Can you
everything.
turn it for us a little bit?
Yeah,
I
of
want people to
course.
see the shadows on the face. Now she's still working on the arms, and she had an amazing, talk about a rehearsal. As you back up, the whole last week was the full head, which is just astonishing with the teeth and with the multiple eyes. And once again, teeth for me is what got me today. Within a matter of, I don't know, I came back and looked at those. That's amazing. How did you make those little teeth?
I literally just rolled up tiny noodles and then got a fine point on the end,
Right.
and then I just chopped off the tiniest bit.
Okay.
Real precision. And then you gave me the tip of putting little holes, like where the teeth should be.
The nests.
Yeah, the nests. Yeah.
Right.
And then I just shoved them in, and
Yeah.
it's very finicky, but
And I'm going to have you pull back and take a two-shot of both of them. You'll notice how accurate she is from the full-size head to the small-size head. Last week, the brain texture. Bye, everybody. Talk to you soon. Thank you again. Appreciate you. The brain texture came on so strong on the full-size version. Sure enough, here it is back. Go ahead and turn that. Look at that. There we go.
sorry, off center.
And you put a little bit of
Yeah.
something on there to
Yeah.
give it a little shine.
Yeah.
But isn't it wonderful that you can see it in small scale and in large scale?
Yeah.
And she won with that texture big time.
Yeah, I love the wet, and I can't wait to cast this and make it look all slimy, and especially the brain and the muscle texture. Yeah.
Well, once again, I keep feeling like the eyes, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They slam it in sequence, or maybe they don't. I don't know. But
Yeah.
the character is already alive for me.
He feels like a part of me now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I love it. I can't wait to see your finished paint jobs.
Yeah, I'm really
and
excited
what
about
have
that.
you. But, and you work so hard. I have to say, every time I came near you guys, all of you, everybody's just like, getting what they want out of the clay. And sometimes you almost have to will this stuff into the world. But you did a great job.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
very, very happy for you.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, Amelia.
Great pleasure. Well, I'm gonna let you continue on. And Lauren's got hers. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hold this up. And go ahead and introduce
Hi,
yourself.
my name is Lauren Malone, and these are my contact details, and this is my sculpture.
It sure is. And look at this. This is so wonderful. It's important for me to mention to everybody that Lauren came on with this aquatic detail. I take it as aquatic. Not a word was spoken from me. This is, and you can't teach this. She has this in her kit. She has this in her ability. Do you see these repeating forms? That's just wonderful. And of course, we all have a history of aquatic characters with Guillermo del Toro in The Shape of Water, Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is the family that she's in. But this is also a kind of a high fashion piece, if you will, because you have these beautiful lips. But once again, this right here, the flow. For many years, Steve Wang and I would talk about the flow. You know, how to capture the flow and bring it into your makeup or your creature. All I can tell you is you got it. You got it.
Thank you so much.
And it's just wonderful. I'm going to turn it around like this. I'm actually going to hand this to you and have you just turn it slowly and let us enjoy that. And I am going to bring up, no, I'm not going to bring up that. I'm going to ask you, what kind of paint schemes do you have for this? Is there an aquatic colors. What are you thinking of as far as the paint?
You'll see a lot of my reference pictures. I love the deep purples, the iridescence. But I also love, well, I can see the blue and the purple coming through this image, but I love that the skin colour is coming through. It's less fantasy, more close to real life, but I'm torn between the two.
Right. And as
Maybe I get to do two.
Well, you should do 3. Do multiple different paint jobs that are very different. And then it's funny, sometimes you show it to your friends, and family will tell you which is the winning paint job, and that's the hero. But the sculpture is a true hero through and through. I love it. And I love aquatic people. And I had a great week with you.
Oh, thank you so much, John. We've learned so much from you. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I'd be sad to see you go now.
Yeah, this is the fastest 2 weeks that you can have. And well, needless to say, everybody, please follow these artists, these wonderful artists in their adventures. And I thank you all, everybody. I'll see you next time. And to all of our viewing audience, I want to thank you for all of the great responses we had to last week's film. And I know we're going to have amazing responses to this week's film. The work quality has just been amazing. But go ahead and watch the video again. Pause it. Check out your favorites, addresses, and contact information. And we thank you for your support and following us. And I thank Mark and the staff here. And most importantly, our students. Fantastic, you guys.
Thank you, Don.
Fantastic. Thank you.